Chapter 11. Corey, wake up. Come on. Huh? Wake up. Get out of bed. Do I have to get a crane to pull you up? Huh? I've been trying to wake you for 10 minutes. What's your problem? Didn't you sleep last night? His mother grabbed his shoulder and started to shake him. Ow! The shoulder throbbed with pain. He jerked away from her. It was all starting to come back to him. His shoulder hurt because the gigantic dog had jumped on it. Corey, come on. You got Ness's meet in 2 hours. You better wake up. His mother was more amused than annoyed. She never had so much trouble waking him before. Of course, he had never spent half the night on Fear Street before. He thought of Anna's kiss. What are you smiling about? Corey, you're acting downright weird this morning. Sorry, Mom. Good morning. He tried to clear his brain. He smiled at her, only his mouth wouldn't cooperate, and it came out all crooked. He tried to look normal. He didn't want to ask a million questions. If only his back and shoulders weren't killing him. What day is it? Saturday, she said, turning to leave. Saturday? The meet against Farmingville is today. Didn't I just say that? Or am I losing my mind too? He sat up in bed with a loud groan. She turned around and looked at him. Hurry downstairs before your breakfast gets cold. What's for breakfast? Cornflakes. They both laughed. It was one of their favorite jokes. After she left, he carefully pulled off his pajama top and surveyed the damage to his shoulders. They were just badly scratched. That huge Doberman Voltaire had pounced on him as if it were a mouse. The whole scene with all its horror replayed itself in his mind. He heard the low growls again, felt the dog's hot breath on the back of his head, and then felt the jolt of the giant paws bearing down his shoulders, pushing him to the ground, pinning him down, the dog's massive jaws snapping loudly as it snarled over him. It seemed to him he was down on the ground for hours before his strange neighbor in the gray slicker had arrived. Get down, Voltaire. Sit, boy, he had said calmly, with no motion at all. The dog obeyed immediately, backing away, silent except for his heavy, excited panting. You back again, son? The guy didn't even apologize. He just stared at Corey suspiciously as Corey slowly, painfully pulled himself to his feet with a loud groan. Visiting the Corwins, were you? The man asked, patting the Doberman's slender black head as if to congratulate him for a job well done. I was just leaving, Corey stammered, his heart heaving in his chest, his shoulders aching, his head spinning. Most folks don't come around Fear Street in the middle of the night, the man said, his expression as unrevealing as ever. It sounded like a threat to Corey. Corey didn't reply. Somehow he managed to climb onto his car, start the engine, and drive away. The man and dog stood watching until Corey was out of sight. What was going on here? Corey wondered. Why was the weird guy always there when Corey parked near the Corwin's house? Had he been watching for Corey? Was he really a neighbor? Was he spying on Anna? It's her crazy brother Brad wearing a disguise. Get real, he had scolded himself. But who was he? Now it was next morning, and he was less than 2 hours away from the Farmingville meet. He looked at his scratched-up shoulders in the mirror. How was he going to explain them to Coach Woner? How was he ever going to get up on the rings? He swung his arms around, testing them. Not too bad. Maybe he could work out the ache. Maybe to be flexible enough to perform. He got dressed quickly, pulling on a clean pair of jeans and a fresh sweatshirt, hurried down to breakfast. He decided to go get to the gym early and work out. Do some stretching exercises. He'd be fine. He thought of Anna. How soft she was. How warm. At least he had proven that she was alive. Wow. Was she alive? Yeah. He'd be fine, Corey decided. He'd be perfectly fine. Disgustedly, Corey tossed a towel over his shoulder. He started pacing behind the team bench and bumped right into Lisa. Ow! She cried, rubbing her shoulder. Watch where you're going. Hey, what are you doing here? There's a meet going on, Corey said. Really? How would you know? She cracked. Give me a break. Did you just come here to insult me? Corey asked glumly. He picked up his pace. She hurried to catch up with him. No, sorry. It just slipped out. She put a hand on his shoulder to stop him, but he pulled away in pain. What's the matter? I, strained it, I guess. He didn't have the energy to tell her the truth. He wouldn't know where to begin. You were watching a meet? No, not really. I just got here just in time to see your barb routine. It wasn't a barb routine. It was a clown act, Corey said with genuine sadness. Sorry, she said. She started to pat his shoulder again, but quickly thought better of it. I came to tell you something. Something I think you'll be interested in. She looked tense. She was biting her lower lip. Can it wait till after? Coach is gonna... It's about Anna Corwin, she said. Tell me, he said, tossing the towel to the floor. She frowned. She took both his hands and pulled him to the side of the gym. We were at my cousin's house last night, she told him, leaning back against the towel wall. Which cousin? What does it matter? You don't know any of my cousins. Oh, right. My cousin had a friend over, a girl who goes to Melrose, and I was talking to her, and I asked her if she knew Anna Corwin because Anna used to go to Melrose before she transferred here. Yeah, and? Well, when I asked her about Anna, the girl got this funny look on her face. She actually went pale. Why? Corey asked impatiently. What did she tell you? Well, you're not going to believe this. She said that Anna had been in her class, but that Anna was dead.